Okay, folks, so if you saw my community post a while back, I've needed to be out of town, and I'm going to need to be periodically out of town through the spring. And so I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I set up the garden so it's easiest to manage during that time period. So the thing about it is usually what I do is I have like a lot of starts that I transplant out later into the garden. And because I don't have space in the house area to have things started indoors in a controlled climate, I have to kind of germinate them and rush them out to the little greenhouses, put them on tables, and then I have to kind of babysit them by, bottom watering them when it's needed. And so I could have somebody do that for me, but my greenhouse entrances and stuff are kind of janky, and then plus it's like really weird. If it's a sunny day, then they need a lot of water. If it's not, then they don't. And so I just don't want to really deal with that. Plus, later in the season when I have to transplant out, then I have to babysit for crane fly larvae, which I have to come out and check every day to make sure that they're not biting, chewing the little transplants off of the stems. And so to get beyond that, I decided that I'm going to direct seed most everything this spring. And so what I did is I got online and I ordered a bunch of seeds, because that's going to require, that's the cool thing about transplants. You just need a few seeds, and then they germinate, and then you put the plants out that you want to grow. But with direct seed, I'm going to need more seeds. So I went ahead and ordered more. So, carrots obviously are direct seeded, so that's already planned for. But Salanova lettuce is my big, that's my lettuce for my salad mixes. And so those are transplants. And I really prefer doing the Salanova lettuce transplants. In the past, I've done like loose leaf lettuce direct seeded, and I really liked it at first, but later it was kind of just a pain. I only got one cut off of it, and then it was really hard to get a second cut like I could easily get from the Salanova lettuce. But what I ended up doing was just buying some loose leaf lettuce, because it did work well enough in the past. And I'm just going to plan for a single cut, which would require that I have at least 4 beds of lettuce, because I think that I can get away with a 40-foot bed, 3 successions in that bed for each week. It should give me maybe just enough weight, as long as I add, some chard or spinach or, kale, baby greens along with it. That should give me enough weight to get enough. So if I calculate that out, that gives me, that requires that I have 4 beds available for greens, for baby greens. So I ordered some Lofty salad mix. I kind of calculated it out so that I hopefully have enough seed for the season. And let's see. And so then I also decided that, usually I do my kale, my matured kale and chard and collard greens as transplants. So what I'm going to do with those is I'm just going to direct seed those. And, if the crane fly larvae eat like a bunch of them, it doesn't matter. I imagine I'll have some still standing. And so those I'll allow to grow to mature. And whatever is baby, that I can cut around those ones that I'm going to let grow, I can just cut those and throw those into salad mixes. And so I got, typically what you see in the mixes are that red Russian kale, which is kind of a nice mild flavored kale. So I bought a lot of that. And I also bought some more of the Toscana kale that I normally grow, just so I can grow those, and I can cut some of them as baby leaf, but those will be the ones I let grow to maturity, because I prefer that kale. And I also got some collard green seeds, some more of that, so I'll do a little patch of that, along with some chard. Again, I'll cut this as baby greens. And I can't see anything here. I can't see my cursor. Where is my cursor? Where did my little cursor go? Oh, there it is. That's the parsley. Oh, I just need to make this brighter. Oh, now I can see. Okay, so I usually use the Fire Fresh chard as my baby chard, and I just cut it as baby leaf. I've never let it mature. So I don't have very much chard seed, and it's, you know, I usually use like the multicolored types of chard to sell as mature because it's really pretty. But I thought, well, I'm just going to get a red chard that will do fine for baby leaf and also do fine to sell as mature leaf. So I got this intense, it's called intense variety of chard, and so that's what I'm going to try. Okay. Yeah, and so then along with that, I have been growing the last couple of years flat leaf parsley because the Italian parsley, because people tend to like it the best, maybe the most flavorful. But I have a customer, a regular customer, who really likes the curly parsley. In fact, they think the flavor is better. So I ordered some curly parsley so that I've grown this in the past, and it does really well. So I'll be growing that as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to do those because I usually do those as starts too, and I've been growing them alongside the garlic beds. So I'll think about that. But I've got some more parsley seed. And then I'm going to go ahead and try some broccoli. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Maybe way back in the hugelkultur there. I've never grown broccoli before because I don't want to grow plants that have to head up and all this stuff. And plus, pests love the brassicas, and how am I going to cover these big plants? But when I was at the Southeast Alaska Farmers Summit recently, there's a person there who was talking about some broccoli that she was growing that's really nice, and it puts out nice side shoots through the season. She talked about 2 different varieties that worked for her. I wasn't able to find them as I was just looking through Territorial, so I just bought a variety that says it tastes good and it has side shoot production. So that's what I got. So yeah, so that is the plan. I'm just going to kind of wing it, and it's interesting because you always learn stuff when you do these new things. If you hadn't noticed already, there's a piece of equipment here that just spread out. You know, there's going to be these piles of soil that were sitting here, and I did not expect this, but they just came out a couple days ago and spread this dirt all out, and I think that's where I'm going to plant my potatoes then this year. That's Todd and Peter, who have been the folks who've made this whole garden, the whole property possible for us. So anyway, thanks guys. And so that's just beyond awesome.
Getting this laid out for the potatoes this fall. Got some beautiful black dirt here at the Ivy Patch, and we're making a new spot. It's almost the last bay in this area. In this area, there's the boss. There's the boss, and there's Peter the boss. So we're just kind of shaping it. Awesome dirt.
I've got some seaweed that I got last minute, you know, weeks and weeks ago, that I think I'm going to throw on there and make some makeshift potato beds. And yeah, so it's been a really weirdly a warm winter for most of it, a really weirdly warm spring. We might get some freezing nights, but I'm going to start, I think, bed prep out here, trying to get things ready. And I don't think I'm going to try and seed this soon because I think the weeds might overtake things. But when I come back, because we'll be leaving at the end of next week for a week, when I come back, I think I'm just going to seed stuff. So I need to get those beds prepped, get my fence up. Tunnel, new NRCS tunnel is coming later. That's the update, folks. I still do need to do my videos that I've already kind of started on. I did a lot of snapping little clips from the Farmers Summit this last winter, and so those should be coming up. But if there's little breaks here and there in my usual weekly video production, that is why. Hey, silly. What you doing? What you doing? I got the fence up around everything, so things are safe from the deer, and I can get to work in here.